So I decided to review shitty movies instead of reviewing shitty games, so this is called Llamageddon. Here's a list of other movies that I thought would be really cool to review. If you guys want to pick any of these, please do in the comments below. Thanks. So we start off with some pretty badass death metal music. The animation's pretty good. Llamas are like marching one by one, I guess, to eventually get to these pods that like dispatch them to different places to kill people or something. Yeah, the animation is pretty solid. The music goes well with the scene, so I guess there's that. One llama is eventually like passing Neil Armstrong on a space station for some reason. He's just on top, jumping around, having fun for whatever reason. And then like a stray llama hits him, destroying the station, and I guess also the llama's space pod, so now he's crashing down to Earth. We then get the title card, letting us know we're watching Llamageddon. Down on Earth now, we see the pod opening up, and it looks like somebody's recording on their cell phone. They can't keep the camera straight. We get a nice shot of the llama's ass, and we see his eyes are red, signifying that the llama is indeed evil. The llama starts galloping towards the camera, and I'm gonna be honest, he looks kind of cute. He doesn't look, he doesn't look very evil. Except for the glowing red eyes, I guess. And then he does this like weird mouth twisting motion, I guess. I guess it's supposed to look like he's a bad llama. I don't know, it's weird. After his weird mouth twisty motion, we then get a second title card letting us know the movie is called Llamageddon, in case we forgot about the first card like 1 minute earlier. Just a fun fact, I was looking for the budget of this movie and I actually couldn't find it, but I did find this article stating that they did release this movie on Amazon to rent for $1 million. So that was a pretty interesting marketing technique. I just hope nobody actually paid to rent it, because this movie is not that good. We now meet these two. I guess they're like a couple or something. They look over to find the llama, whose name is actually Louie, so that's what I'm going to call him from now on. It's Louie the llama. So they look over to see Louie, and this woman hilariously says,
"Looks like a llama."
Yeah, no shit. I mean, it's not a horse. The acting in this movie is absolutely horrendous. Reminds me of a poorly written porno about a pizza man getting a tip at the end of his delivery or something. Scratch that. I've actually seen better pornos about pizza men getting tips with their delivery. And then they start talking, and you can obviously see that they don't have any audio equipment whatsoever, and the wind's blowing in the middle of their takes, and you can't really understand them, and they didn't really try at all.
Alright. Let's hurry.
Like, they couldn't have gone inside. I guess the only option for shooting this day was outside of the church they randomly found driving down the street, so they just thought, well, might as well just stop here and do the scene. She says it's about to rain, so they should go inside, and instead of using some like stock photos or stock videos of lightning storms, they just use this animated mess. Once they get inside, they're laying in bed now, and we get a silhouette of Louie walking down the hall. Then the wife asks the husband if he called the neighbors about the stray llama that was loose, and he replies with this.
Oh, that's not my problem. If it was my llama, I'd be concerned.
Not his problem, so I guess if one of his animals got loose, he wouldn't want his neighbor to let him know. What an asshole. The music starts getting ominous now, and we get this hilarious editing choice that looks like a 12-year-old doing his first YouTube video. Blood splatters on the picture, and we get our first kill by Louie the llama. We then cut ahead to another day. The government found the spacecraft that Louie came to Earth in, and what is clearly just 4 dudes in a white shirt are inspecting the craft like they're in the government or something, I guess. And then this guy comes out of the chopper. I guess he's supposed to be like the leader or something, but he just looks like he owns the biggest porno company in the world. And then we get the absolute worst ADR I've ever heard in my entire life.
My God. Alright, just bag them and get them back to base.
I mean, you couldn't have spent an extra few minutes making sure the new audio sank up to the movement of this guy's mouth. You just thought, nah, we don't have time for that. It looks fine, just leave it. We get these two talking in the car now, the brother and sister of the two that died. I guess that was their grandma and grandpa. They just left the funeral. They asked their mom why their dad wasn't at the funeral, and then we get this hilarious transition.
But you
should have been there. What was he doing?
Like, what the fuck was that? Alright, back in the car now. We get the worst audio sync I've ever seen, and the words they're saying don't even close to match up with their mouth movements. I don't know why they couldn't have just recorded the actual audio in the car, but they chose to just record it elsewhere and then just add ADR. I don't know. So the mom's taking the brother and sister to the farm to go watch it over because they're going to sell the farm, I guess. So that's where they're going. I'm not sure why the mom can't stay, but she leaves. So it's just the kids there by themselves at the farm. I'm sure they'll be respectful. They look over the fence and there's Louie just chilling behind the fence. And he says,
Since when did Mima and Pep get a llama?
who the fuck calls their grandparents Mima and Pep? Who wrote this movie? Like 2 Mennonites from the 1600s? They go into the farmhouse and start talking for a bit, and this next scene is so beyond ridiculous, I started bursting out laughing so hard, I actually had to take a break from watching the movie. So the mom says, if he wets his bed...
And if he wets the bed, don't make me laugh.
This guy is like 18 years old, why would he be wetting the bed? And his response, and the whole scene after this, is only something I can explain as bizarre, to say the least.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. It's just that your sister cares about you. One time I had to go to school and bring her a pair of underwear.
I was little, though.
It's still not the same.
What the fuck did I just watch? So of course the sister invites like a bunch of people over to party, and the brother's like a nerd, so he's not about it. So he's like, but mom said we can't have anyone over. Because, you know, he's supposed to portray like a 6-year-old bedwetter, I guess. Also, I don't know what their names are. They never actually say it, because there is no character building, so yeah. And then he brilliantly says,
Fine. But if anything happens, if it gets crazy in there, or if anything happens...
Why did he say it twice? Did nobody in editing catch that? Do they actually have people editing this video? I doubt it. We cut to these guys checking out the craft. I don't know who they're supposed to be again, and they start talking about science stuff.
Makes sense, because it came through the northern quadrant.
Yep, that's definitely where it came from. The northern quadrant. The northern quadrant of what? It doesn't matter, it's just the northern quadrant. This guy then proceeds to say that it's so advanced they could study it for years and still not understand a tenth of its capability. But if you look at it, it's got tires on. It's so advanced that the aliens added Goodyear tires in case of a bumpy landing, I guess. And it's just a trailer with wings like sticking out. There is literally zero technological features of this craft whatsoever. And then they find an egg that I'm sure will come into play later on in the movie. But spoiler alert, it doesn't come into play.
Who the fuck is Mark?
Oh, hi, Mark.
And now back on the farm, the party's booming. They're playing Never Have I Ever and strip beer pong like all the college kids do. This guy has to drop his pants because he lost, and they're all chanting him on, and this chick says,
Nice.
yeah, nice. Nice dick. What the fuck is this? This guy's sitting on the couch smoking out of his fake bong like the production designers couldn't have gotten an actual bong. They just got a 2-liter bottle of Coke and some duct tape, and they're like, yeah, that'll do the trick. Anyway, back in the kitchen now, this other guy has to drop his pants, and to celebrate, the other team does this, like, victory high five thing. I don't know. Like, what kind of editing is this? Who edited this movie? She lifts his shirt up and they all laugh at his micro-penis. Ha ha ha. Then we get some more talking and a super hard-hitting joke.
That Pluto's not a planet anymore. It just...
Sorry. I hear that Uranus is pretty bare, though.
So this guy's like, I'm gonna go take a piss. And I guess his first instinct is to, like, go out front. I guess there's like not a bathroom in the house. Is the plumbing not working? Is he too lazy to go more than 3 feet? I don't know. The sister then texts her friend Sarah because she's not there yet and says, "Getting some D or what?" And she's like, "Nah, only from you. LOL. And then she's like texting her back while she's talking to her friends, but she's just tapping her fingers back and forth on the phone, not even looking at the phone. I don't know what's going on. Her friend Sarah sees Louie the llama on the road now and slams her brakes on. Honks her horn thinking Louie will move, but he doesn't. He then shoots laser beams from his eyes and the car catches fire with very bad CGI. And then there's like fireworks coming out of the car for some reason, I guess signifying an explosion or something. The sister then gets a text from her friend while she's dying and it says, "Ah!" Because when I get caught on fire, I also text my friend the sound of me screaming. Back at the party now, this guy says he'll pack bowls for his friends and then just kind of sits there and stares for some reason. It's never explained why he did that. Why did he do that?
Here, I'll pack a bowl for you.
Now this guy's outside smoking a joint and sees Louie the llama, so naturally he asks him if he wants a hit, which Louie takes a puff from the joint and then bites his finger off. And the squirting blood effects are something straight out of a grade 4 school project. Fantastic. His girlfriend comes out looking for him and the llama, I guess, kicks him through his stomach and his kidney or his stomach maybe or something goes flying into her hand and she just kind of stares at it. And then the next thing we know, she's on the ground getting boot stomped by the llama. But his feet aren't even touching her. It's just so bad. So yeah, she's dead and her boyfriend's dead now. They're now inside getting the nerdy brother drunk and trying to get him laid. And this guy's like, "Yeah, chug, bitch." You know, because he's like a nerd, right? So getting drunk for him is not normal.
You have to chug that now. Chug, bitch.
So like, they just make fun of him, you know, because he doesn't drink. So he pukes on the cards and now they can't play cards, so they suggest to go to the hot tub to keep the party going. And then we get another awkward scene I can't really explain. It's just kind of thrown in there for no reason without context.
You enjoying that?
And then immediately after we get another awkward scene that I really don't understand as well. So they start shaking hands.
It's a pretty nice script you got there.
Yes it is. So is yours.
And then this chick says,
Measure your dicks.
"What the fuck is happening?" So this chick then takes the nerdy virgin brother into the room so she can take his virginity. And now it's getting pretty heated. She starts to rip off his shirt, but the shirt's a lot thicker than she thought, so she pretends like she wasn't going to rip the shirt off, and she just continues. The sister's in the bathroom about to get railed, and this dude brought handcuffs to a party for some reason. So they start making out and shit. Now we're back in the room, and this chick's like eating the air, and he's like licking his braces, and it's getting really uncomfortable at this point. I don't think people really act like this. I'm not sure though. I mean, these guys are professional movie writers, so maybe they do. Back in the bathroom now, these two are also licking the air and each other's tongues. And this dude's just in the hall dancing by himself, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure what's going on anymore with this movie. Now we get the best scene in any movie I've ever seen in my entire life. After this guy's done losing his virginity, he's like,
It's so good. Yeah, I'm a man now.
and you could like see him try not to laugh because even this guy knows how stupid the fucking movie is. Louie then opens up the door and peeks in. He's like, "What's going on in here?" He just opens the door with his little paw. And then he's just standing behind everyone in the hot tub who doesn't notice him at all, even though this one guy's literally looking right at him. And then Louie kicks a radio from this guy's arm from like 15 feet away. And it falls in the hot tub and fries them all. Yep, he killed 6 people with a radio that fell into the hot tub and electrocuted them all to death. It's hilarious. This scene of them being electrocuted, flopping around in the water goes on for about 5 minutes, and then 2 other people go down to the hot tub and start to make their way in. They go up 2 steps and can clearly see into the hot tub at this point, and this chick says,
Hey Mike, how's the water?
yeah, like, how's the water, Mike? He's just flopping around. Can clearly see everyone flopping around in there, but nope, must be fine. And they both step into the hot tub, electrocuting themselves, and they both die as well. So this black dude left earlier to get some more beers before everyone in the hot tub died, and now he's back with some beers. And he's like, hey guys, I got more beers. But then he drops them on the floor, and you can clearly hear that all the cans are empty on the ground. Like, what was he planning on saying when they found out the beers were already empty? Was it just a prank? I'm guessing the crew actually drank all the real beers and then decided that instead of spending another $15 on more beer, they would just do the shot with empties instead because the audience is fucking stupid. He then goes into the kitchen where the sister and her boyfriend are fighting because I don't know. I guess he got a nude picture from another girl or something. I don't know. And this guy saw his friend's dead, but he's like, yeah, he's fine. He's fine. And then he just says, yep, they're all dead.
They're all dead. They're all dead.
Excuse me?
Everyone is dead. Oh well. I mean, they're already dead, so I guess what could we do? Should we call the cops? No, let's just keep partying. And then the sister goes checks and says,
Whoa. Oh my god, Dan, what's going on?
Everyone is dead in the hot tub!
What? Oh my gosh! Oh my god!
What the?
yep, they're all dead. Then they come back into the kitchen and the sister steals the guy's shot out of his hand. And the first time I watched this movie, I actually missed this line, but the second time I caught it, thank God, because this is comedy gold. This guy in the yellow shirt's line is fucking hilarious.
God, what in the actual shit? Oh my god, dude, I did not call my bath salts guy before the
What the
party.
fuck, Trent?
That's right, he forgot to call his bath salt guy before the party. Movie's so fucking stupid. So they head outside because they have no service on their cell phones, and this guy in the yellow shirt's like,
oh my god, yeah. My parents don't make 8 figures for fucking 2 out of 6 bars. Jesus.
but 2 bars is good. I constantly have 1 bar and I still make calls no problem, so what's the problem here? In any case, I guess no one can make a call. So Louie's back and they all start freaking out and they all scatter. And there's a lot to unpack here. Someone runs away, Louie fucking blows him up with his laser eyes, and then clearly behind the pillar, someone's just squirting ketchup, making it look like blood. But it's clearly just ketchup or water or something, food coloring. And then this guy here starts throwing up what looks like water from a hose. It's not even centered to his mouth, it's just like the tap connected to the building or something. And then the black dude's like, yeah, fuck this. And then just casually strolls back into the house like nothing's happening. Like, I guess he just forget that they're filming. I don't know. Louie then spits like green goo at this other guy. So the green goo is like turning this guy into a llama now or something. And the other guys are inside making a phone call to the police. Which, why wouldn't they have done that in the first place? Why did they go outside? Why? They had a landline inside the whole time. But, I mean, then this movie would be boring, I guess. So then they, like, tape some fur or something on this guy's arms, and it looks hilarious. I guess it's now him turning into a llama. The transition from human to llama is absolutely a breathtaking display of practical effects. After the police hung up with them, because they laughed at them, because they told them that the llama was shooting people. Because that's what you would say to the police. Of course they're gonna not come anyways. But then they decide to call their dad. The dad answers and gets cut off because I guess the service on the landline is also bad or something. He's in bed with a woman. And then I'm not sure who wrote this scene, but they are absolutely geniuses.
I gotta go, my kids need me.
You have kids?
Couple.
You're about to have a few.
Like, what? How would she know she's pregnant? They just had sex. Why is she giving him money? I have so many questions. This girl wakes up drunk and doesn't even know what's going on, so she dies. This chick here trips and falls, so she dies. And then for some reason, even though they're running from this killer llama, this dude like has a cigarette lit in his mouth. When did he have time to do that? Where did he get the cigarette from? So they end up finding the spacecraft. I guess the scientist guys just left it there. I guess they were done with their research. So he goes in and finds this baseball bat looking thing that's just made out of tinfoil. And he says,
I found. What is it? It's a goddamn space stick.
So now they have a space stick to even the odds.
Let's even the odds!
So the llama comes at him and he reflects the laser with the bat. And then he gives the most exhilarating Braveheart speech I've ever heard.
Though we have not fought valiantly, many of our friends have perished. For no other reason than this blazing-eyed beast, sick and twisted pleasure.
Let them not die in vain! With this space stick, we will avenge them and we will win this wrestle between Earth and space!
And then he instantly dies. Should they pick up the space bat that deflects the lasers? No. They just run to a barn. The dad shows up and then says this.
Damn kids and their laser beams. Fucking Bigfoot.
And I still don't know what it means. The dad then finds some green goo, and I mean, what else are you supposed to do with green goo that's just sitting on the wall? That's right, you fucking lick it. And he's like, yuck, green goo. I don't know what he expected it to taste like. So the guy who was turning into a llama earlier is also in the barn now, somehow. They never explain how he got there, he's just kind of there. And he's now laying an egg. Yep. I guess the llama impregnated him, so now he's laying an egg. So the dad walks up to the guy, and as he's laying his eggs and turning into a llama, he's like, nope, fuck that. So he blows his head off. We then see that he has actually laid several eggs, and the dad gets a closer look to check them out, and one of them is starting to hatch. A little baby red-eyed llama pops out, and it's super cute. But again, dad's not having it, and he's like, nope, fuck that. He starts shooting the eggs with the shotgun, like 40 times. Not sure where he got all the bullets. Not sure what kind of shotgun that is, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't have an extended mag with 40 shots, but he kills them all. After he kills all the babies, the dad is now face to face with Louie the llama in the garage, or the shed, or barn, or whatever it is. It was a barn, now it looks like a garage. I guess they switched up, I don't know. They start to have an epic battle to the death. He drops his shotgun and Louie blows it up with his lasers. So now it's a good old-fashioned fist fight. And the llama's like kicking his ass, and the whole time this guy's trying not to laugh his ass off in real life because it's just fucking ridiculous. I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face doing this scene either. I don't blame him. But no matter the valiant effort, Louie wins the fight and kills the dad. At this point now, the only ones that are alive are the brothers and sisters. I think his name's Floyd, actually. I think they said it once. I don't know her name. I don't think they ever said it. They have a conversation, and she tells him that he's now a man in her eyes for being so brave.
And brother, Floyd. I'm really proud to call you a man. A little man, brother.
And then he says...
Marissa?
Mel.
Mel?
Even the fucking cast doesn't know the name of the characters. I don't think they even gave them names. I think they just wing it and call them whatever. So fucking ridiculous. And then we got a huge M. Night Shyamalama Lamalong twist ending, and the dad's actually still alive. So he fucking mows the llama down with whatever this machine is. I think it picks corn or something. I don't know. But whatever it is, he wins the fight. He chops up Louie the llama for good, and they win. And with the dad's final breath, We pan up to the sky to signify that we are at the end of our journey. And that, my friends, is Llamageddon. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. I had a few good laughs that made it worth watching for me, but I wouldn't suggest watching it for yourself. Again, here's a list of movies that I have picked. If you want to see one of them, pick one of them. If not, I'll pick myself. It's fine. Thanks for watching.